All right, patch 11.1 is on the way, and that's the Undermined patch, and there are going to be a ton of changes, and fingers crossed that those changes will hit us at the end of February. First, I'm going to start with the M+ side of all these changes. I know that Season 2 will begin a week after the initial patch launch, but some of the biggest changes that are coming down the line for Mythic Plus is the key depletion is kind of going away once you reach that achievement of 2850, which, as if you've watched any of those other videos I've put out about Mythic Plus, not quite there yet. I think I just hit over 2600 just last night doing a Grim Patrol 10. Finally, did a +2 of it, so that's thrilling. But they're no longer going to lower that keystone if you deplete it once you get that achievement, which is really good. And then, well, if you get that achievement, then it's really good. And then after that, when you get that weekly key from your vault, you will get no less than a 12, like it won't deplete. So getting that, I'm assuming, to get that 2850 12s are going to have to be on the books, and that's my goal for this time around. There will be a new affix called Pulsar on the way. My guess is, here we go, another purple orb glowy thing that we have to deal with as we're fighting through the dungeons. There will be some adjustments to current affixes, which they, I haven't hated any of them entirely, but I think some could be tweaked. I think doing a refresh change during the new season is always the best way to go. For getting Keystone Master, your selected gear piece that you get will no longer be a thing. You'll instead get a Catalyst Charge, which, in my opinion, is a cheap way out, and I'm not too excited about it because the whole point of it is you can go pick it and you can get the right track, you can get the hero or champion. I had a lot of good times going there and picking the one piece I needed instead of upgrading the one that I might need, but don't have the piece to upgrade at the Catalyst. So we're going to see how that goes at the launch. Hopefully they'll tweak it just a little bit because I think things need to change there because I don't think it's as rewarding as it was before. We will be getting a new dungeon. I've said in previous videos, Operation Floodgate will be there on day 1 of the patch, so you get a week to test it out before Mythic Plus starts. So I think that's enough time to really get in there, do some heroics of it, and some, then slowly build yourself up to those new mechanics, and on that road to 2850 to get that new achievement. So good luck out there. Now we got to talk about the raid. It's going to have a renown track of 20 levels. So my thought is you're going to get that naturally progressing through the raid, defeating bosses, maybe picking up things here and there, something to grow that renown and reputation with when you're working on through the dungeon. You're going to run into some counterfeit chips, which will help you get cosmetics and make you look more the goblin part, because if you've seen anything about that raid, it looks wild. Some grand hotel, everything's out there, and you want to look that part as you're going through that raid. I know I do. You'll get cartel chips that you will find with the counterfeit ones, that you'll get a raid item of choice. I think that's really, if you're taking it away from us from the Mythic Plus side of things with the just giving the catalyst, let's get in there and we can pick our own. Now, granted, heroic is going to be the best place to get it with that hero gear, and then beyond that, you're just going to have to hope. Me personally, you're going to have to hope for those boxes at the end of the week. With that new renown track that you get while you're raiding, like any other, you get some bonuses that you get throughout the whole thing. You're going to unlock profession tables, vendors, crafting order specialists on that top floor of the hotel. So once you get up there, I'm sure it's going to be some luxury poolside thing where you can go talk to some people, get some stuff. You're also going to be faster eating. You're going to get an augment, rune dispenser, transmog, and item upgrades, damage and healing increases throughout, the renown track and helping you through the raid. You're going to unlock repair stations, which just makes sense because you're going to need to be repairing, and why not? They're all machines, they're all, anvils, and they're going to take your gold for repairing your equipment. You're going to get an out of combat speed increase, jumper cables for yourself. So if you were to die, I believe you get a 10%, you come back at 10% of your health. And on top of that, once you clear the renown track of 20, it looks like you're going to get a raid portal. So you don't have to worry about getting there, flying there, and waiting for your entire raid to show up once you're ready to keep progressing on. Dinars are going to make a reappearance. I vaguely remember that you would get these tokens, you would take to a vendor that you would give back, and you'd be able to select a piece of gear of your choice, which I think more gear selection and less relying on RNG to get you geared for the raid so you can keep progressing and get in the mythic and kind of push forward in both Mythic Plus and Raid. I think this is a great system. It should be evergreen. I really hope that they learn from this, and it will be. The story mode that I never personally did, I should, because I think the quest to kill Queen Ansarek is still sitting in my quest log. I should do the story just to get it done, but that's coming back on the same week as Season 2 starts for Mythic Plus. So that's earlier than it was before, so I think that's great. And a lot of people probably enjoyed it to kind of get some important story that comes throughout everything. You know, why not? It's not affecting, you know, players as myself, or most likely you guys. And from what I've seen for this raid, the coolest fight is going to be the T-Rex and the gorilla, aka Godzilla and King Kong fight, that they're just ramming at each other, that everybody's seen. It's really cool. And from what I hear, there is a chance that the T-Rex will drop as a mount, and I don't think you can get any cooler than a mechanized T-Rex roaming through, you know, this grand hotel and trying to make it everything you want it to be. Class changes are coming: hunters, mages, demon hunters, druids, and a ton more. But most importantly, one of the biggest changes that's coming around is to the marksmanship hunter. You know, the lone wolf talent, which has always been relatively mandatory to take if you were to be a marksmanship hunter, that's now, it's a given. It's making you go petless. I'll quote petless, because you do get a bird sentinel owl thing that comes out and is able to do pet-like things like bloodlust and do their kind of things, but it'll proc, it'll come out every once in a while. I'm sure there's more to come. I do not play marksman, so I did not dive too heavy into this. I would assume Beast Mastery and then Survival right now are the top tier, because they are actually high up on the tier list for Season 1, for at least Survival is. They're quote-unquote broken right now. And then with classes come those tier sets that you get in the raid. All the 2-piece tier sets are going to be role specific, so you're going to get a tank one, DPS, and a heal one, all roughly the same, kind of relying on like certain abilities. I know with the tank one, it's going to proc your survivability, your defense, which more to come on that, because I haven't seen beyond if it's going to actually put it on a cooldown or not, so more to come. And then your tier 4, your tier set of your 4-piece will be your spec specific one, so a little less work for the design team, which I'm okay with, because if you put that into the mechanics of the raid, the ambiance and the look around, I'm good. Tiers have always been difficult to me. I love the look of them, but I don't truly, you know, it's just a bonus to get the add-ons. Oh, you need to get it. Tier sets are already required. They don't need to be anything special. There is a best of the best setup for it, so I'm not mad about that. But are you guys ready for the best news ever? It goes back to class changes and me living and breathing hunter since I can remember. You know, I've deviated a few here and there, but we are going to finally be able to go into the Stable Master, pick any pet you want, and put it as DPS, tank, or the cunning one. That's it. I could finally live the dream of being that hunter with the bear, with the rhino, with the whatever I wanted to be at that time, and still having DPS for the group. Really pinning you down for years to now, because like I said, this was years. It's been like this before. Remember talent trees? Remember the whole kind of thing, everything that existed for the pets. But really looking at the grand of everything is like, you build a transmog set, put your pet in it, get on your mount, and you're good. You're now living life like a king in World of Warcraft. Some small delve adjustments are coming. You're going to be able to get Gilded Crest now from delves on 8+, and then on 11+ delves, you're going to get the Gilded Stash. So you're actually going to be able to level your gear up without beating your head against the desk to run Mythic Plus, which is going to be great. Just another form to get it. And if you liked delves, you'll continue to level your gear up and get better stuff. You know, really hones in on that solo content that some people want. I don't want to say everybody. I did realize that I have to go into and beat Zekvir before the end of the season, so I can get those achievements, get the dirigible purple voidy kind of thing. But and with Zekvir coming back, you know, not Zekvir. It's going to be another form of it. 2 new delves are going to come on the way. I really like that. I've said that before, like with solo content being an avenue for players. Let's keep it fresh and moving. I know we do get Bran, which is all fine and good. He will adjust a little bit, and he's going to grow, and it appears, I've read something that on the PGR or somewhere, that Bran potentially could be a ranged tank. which my fingers are crossed for that kind of stuff, because I would love to see a tank mage, kind of a battle mage using the elements. And you same with shaman. I know that the shaman tank has existed previously in Season of Discovery. That's great. With that delve, the new delve systems, the new upgrades on that, you do get a new delve mount, which is all goblin-y and golden if you do everything, but it is cool looking, much cooler than the little Hollow Fall Zeppelin. You know, slap some metal on it, some rifles, and you got goblin everything, and it's amazing. Now it's time for the quick fire extras that we're getting in this patch. 11.1, you're going to get PvPers. Rejoice, you're getting a new map. There you go, a little bit of treat thrown at you. You know, you get to test it out a little bit. Warband maps or settings that we get to see. It's been that same campsite that we all have, but they're going to get better camp screens, and they're going to be all War Within themed locations. We knew that. Since this is a War Within feature, let's focus on War Within. Then we'll go back and see if you can put yourself in BFA and Legion and all these fun places, which I think they're going to be achievement locked. You'll probably somehow get, there'll be a package from the store most likely, you know, whatever. But it really does change the look of all your characters. So I don't know, be on the lookout for that. Be excited, because I definitely want to see my characters just roam around the world like they're traveling around beating all these monsters that we have to beat every season. The drive system, you know, you're going to get ready to live your life a quarter mile at a time. Super fast. It's supposed to be faster than dragon riding or sky riding. The drift ability, you're going to get dragon riding courses, dragon racing courses, I'm going to say, to test your skills. You can upgrade it. I'm a full lover of Mario Kart and forever and always, and this will be, hopefully, I was trying to imagine, I was watching a little bit about the system of how the controls are going to be. Like, am I going to be able to steer it with my mouse, or do I got to click? You know how you can get the action bar on the bottom that kind of just gives you every ability that you have for it, but then you got to click all the way up to 7. I just want to be able to steer with my mouse, fire away like that, or even the buttons on the side of my mouse, because I want to make the drive system a little more simple for somebody like me who hated skywriting when it first came out in Dragonflight. And to top it all off, we'll get a couple UI changes, quest log upgrades, kind of you can organize a little bit, track something, you know, make sure your percentages are filling up right. I have to dig into it. I'm sure a lot of this will be released in the PTR, and more to come about it after the new year, which is all fine and good. Let everybody who designs this wonderful game that we are all so much in love with take the break and then come out strong and, you know, polish up 11.1 in January, make sure, ship it out, and then hopefully at the end of February we will get it. And I know all the add-on users, I'm one of them myself, but I try to keep it nice and neat. I don't want a ton of them. I think they are a great resource, but I don't think they should be holding your hand through the entire play. So, but there will be built into the Blizzard UI an add-on performance like tracker to see how much, like, is the game the problem, or are all your add-ons the problem? I think, you know, this is going to be enlightening for a lot of players to see that all these add-ons that they, well, this one's small, this one's small, they add up. They're going to clutter up your everything and make your game run a little bit less important. So, I don't know, we'll be on the lookout for all these changes, and I'm sure there's plenty of them. If there is, just let me know. I'm sure I missed the UI changes, because I'm a classic. I like the almost traditional UI. All right, guys, that's it for the changes in 11.1, the Undermined patch. If you're interested in 11.0.7, I got a video for you to watch to see what's going on in there, and I'll catch you next time. See ya.